Study at your own pace, find your rhythm in the flow. Miss Stacy-Lee, watch the understanding grow. Young minds moving fast, yeah, we moving, we no slow. Light up the screen, let the whole world know. We moving at your pace, winning, moving every race, every race. Step by step we're climbing, no need to rush.
The third concept is context. Context refers to the situation or circumstances surrounding a text. Think of it as the story behind the text. Context helps us understand why the text exists at that particular time and in that particular form. A school notice may be produced because severe weather is approaching. A speech may be delivered because students are graduating. A public announcement may respond to an emergency or community event. Context is not simply the physical setting shown in a picture. It is the relevant background situation that gives the communication meaning. Ask, what has happened? Or what is happening that caused someone to create this message? Imagine receiving this message. Please stay indoors until all clear has been given. Without context, you may understand the instruction, but you may still wonder why it was issued. Is there something dangerous happening? Is there dangerous weather, a security concern, an environmental hazard? The words alone do not tell us everything. This is why context matters. It supplies the relevant circumstances. As readers, we should resist inventing a background with no evidence. Instead, we look for clues in the surrounding text, image, source, date, or situation. Now the hurricane warning is revealed. The message suddenly makes complete sense. The approaching hurricane is the context. Because severe weather threatens people's safety, authorities advise them to remain indoors until the danger has passed and an all clear announcement is issued. Notice the direct correlation. The storm warning creates the need for the stay indoors message. That is a sound context explanation. We're not adding an unrelated event. We're identifying the circumstance that caused this particular communication. A complete answer would be the context is that a hurricane warning has been issued, so residents are being instructed to remain indoors for safety. Context answers the question, what situation led to this communication? Sometimes the answer is obvious because the situation is stated directly. A message might say, because a hurricane warning is in effect, please stay indoors. Sometimes you must infer the context from clues. Imagine a phone notification that says, please stay indoors until the all clear, beside a battery, radio, a torch, closed windows, and severe weather alerts. Those clues suggest an emergency, most likely dangerous weather. An inference must be supported. Do not merely choose a dramatic possibility. Ask which situation best explains all the available details. Good readers pay attention to context because it helps them interpret meaning accurately. The same words can carry different significance in different circumstances. Our final concept is register. Register is the level or style of language chosen for a particular audience, purpose, and context. The slide contrasts an informal situation with a formal one. In one photo, a student communicates casually with a friend. In the other, a student addresses the principal in an official school setting. Register includes choices such as vocabulary, sentence structure, greetings, contractions, technical terms, and tone. It is not the person's intelligence or personality. It is the language choice that suits the communication situation. The key word is appropriate. Effective communicators adjust their register without losing their message. This example keeps the person and the basic purpose the same so that we can focus on register. The student wants to arrange a meeting after school. To his best friend, he says, "Can we meet after school?" This is brief, familiar, and conversational. It suits an equal relationship. To his principal, he says, "Good afternoon, sir. Could I please arrange a meeting with you after school?" The purpose is still to request a meeting, but the audience has changed. The second message includes a respectful greeting, a polite modal verb, and a more formal sentence structure. Same person trying to communicate with someone else. Same general purpose, different audience and relationship. Therefore, different register. This is an important distinction. The register changes because the communication situation changes, not because one person suddenly becomes someone else. Let us state the definition precisely. Register is a level or style of language chosen for a particular audience, purpose, and context. Audience matters because we speak differently to a close friend, a teacher, a customer, or a specialist. Purpose matters because a joke, warning, explanation, and formal requests require different language choices. Context matters because an emergency, classroom discussion, ceremony, and private conversation create different expectations. These three factors point towards register. When planning a response, do not ask only, is this formal or informal? Ask, what language will allow me to achieve my purpose appropriately with this audience in this situation? Some common registers include formal, informal, technical, academic, and conversational. Formal register usually uses careful, respectful, and often more complete language. It suits official letters, reports, speeches, and communication with authority figures. Informal register is relaxed and familiar. It may suit close friends and family in casual situations. Technical register uses specialized vocabulary associated with a field, such as medicine, engineering, or information technology. Academic register is structured, precise, and evidence focused. It is common in essays, research, and formal explanations. Conversational register resembles natural speech and may be friendly without becoming careless. These categories can overlap. A doctor may use technical and formal language in a report, then use clear conversational language when explaining the same issue to a patient. In paper 2, choose language that fits the task rather than forcing every response into the same style. Students often use informal language in formal writing. Expressions such as gonna, wanna, and you guys may be natural in casual conversation, but they are generally inappropriate in a formal examination response. In formal writing, choose going to, want to, and a more suitable audience reference such as students, members of the community, or you, depending on the task. The issue is not that informal language is always bad. It may be exactly right in dialogue between friends or in a casual message. The mistake is using it when the audience, purpose, and context require formality. Always think about your audience before choosing your language. Now let us analyze one example using all four concepts. The announcement reads, due to the approaching tropical storm, all schools will close at 1 p.m. today. Students should travel home immediately and remain indoors until further notice. Before we answer, notice how much information the text gives us. It names the tropical storm, announces a closure time, and provides safety instructions. We will use our four questions. Why was the announcement written? Who needs it? What situation caused it? What type of language is being used? Do not rush to the answer slide. Use the clues in the actual announcement to find your answer. Pause the video if you need some more time. Complete the table now. For purpose, ask, what does the school want readers to know or do? For audience, ask, which people need the closure and safety information? For context, ask, what situation led to the announcement? For register, ask, what does the language sound like? Does it sound casual, conversational, technical, or formal? Which features support your answer? Pause the video and write all four answers. Try to be precise rather than writing only one word. Now check that each answer matches the correct question. Purpose should explain why. Audience should identify who. Context should name the surrounding situation. Register should describe the language style. Before we finish, let us review four common examination mistakes. Mistake 1 is confusing purpose with audience. Remember, purpose is why, audience is who. Mistake 2 is ignoring context. Context often explains details that seem confusing at first. Ask what event or situation produced the message. Mistake 3 is choosing the wrong register. Match the language to the audience, purpose, and situation. Do not assume that every examination response must sound exactly the same. Mistake 4 is rushing. Slow down. Read the complete text. Underline keywords if the format allows you to. Look for clues and then answer. A useful check-in routine is identifying the question word, returning to the evidence, eliminate mismatched answers, and then make your final choice. Today, you have learned 4 concepts that appear throughout the entire CSEC English A course. Purpose asks, why was this written? Audience asks, who was it written for? Context asks, what situation led to this communication? Register asks, what type of language is appropriate? Use these questions together. They will help you understand texts more effectively and write more appropriately. If you remember nothing else from the lesson, remember 4 words and 4 questions. Purpose, why, audience, who, context, what situation, register, what language. Before our next lesson, collect 3 different texts. Choose a newspaper article, an advertisement, and a social media post. For each text, identify the purpose, audience, context, and register. Do not merely write labels. Add one clue that supports each answer. For example, if you say that an advertisement is persuasive, identify the command, the claim, the special offer, or the emotional appeal that reveals persuasion. If you're identifying teenagers as the audience, point to the imagery, the vocabulary, or subject matter that targets them. Bring your answer to the next lesson because we will build on these ideas in future reading and writing activities. Thank you for joining me once again. If you found today's lesson helpful, give us a thumbs up to this video. Remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and continue working through the Academy. Remember our Academy motto: learn with purpose, practice with confidence, succeed with excellence. Complete your homework, review the 4 key questions, and be ready to apply them again. I will see you in lesson 3.
Own speed, plant the seed and watch it grow. From the valley to the peak, yeah, we putting on a show. Knowledge is the power, let the whole world know.
Study at your own pace, find your rhythm in the flow. Miss Stacy-Lee, watch the understanding grow. Young minds moving fast, yeah, we moving, we no slow. Light up the screen,